Mella is money!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Staten Island, New York, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella.
Byron, are you ready to admit the truth yet?
That Carmella's the most obnoxious woman in the entire women's division?
You are delusional. Mella is money.
Well, it's great where you can wear blinders.
Why would I want blinders on when Mella's around?
So what would you know anything about how to win a title like Mella? So I see you're kissing up to Carmella as well. Why wouldn't I? I think she's an unbelievable talent.
Mella is money.
Look who it is! Bayley! That's my line!
And her partner, from San Jose, California, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley.
Here comes everyone's favorite hugger, Bayley.
That's quite a broad brush you're using there, Cole. For one, I can tell you that Bayley is not my favorite hugger.
It's just an infectious feeling when Bayley comes to town. When Bayley competes, everybody's feeling hug life, except Corey. Here comes the Queen!
And their opponents, first, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
Back at NXT, Charlotte was part of a group called the Four Horsewomen with Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. Wow, has Charlotte evolved from those times? Charlotte has spearheaded a movement to take this women's division to a level of competition it has never seen before.
About time I heard you pay the Queen her proper respect, Saxton.
Multi-time champion, history maker, record setter, legend in the making. It's boss time! And here comes Sasha.
And her partner, from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Byron, it's always a treat to see Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks has her own swag, she's got her own confidence, and she knows how to back it up.
If there's a camera around, Sasha wants to be in front of it. If there's a spotlight out, she wants to be in the middle of it. Sasha Banks once stood in line for the opening of a refrigerator.
Corey, I don't understand what your issues are with Sasha Banks. She's one of the all-time greats.
Dare talk to her? She's intolerable.
Or he's just jealous. He wishes he had half the bling that Sasha has. This is it. Tag team action underway here, guys.
These superstars are about to put on a clinic in tag team competition, guys. That's how good they are.
Born into this business, but handed nothing. Charlotte has earned every praise she's received. Woo!
Byron, don't ever let any Flair or any other human being, for that matter, do that again.
You gotta believe this one's over. Woo! Oh. Charlotte is going up. Moonsault! Incredible! Got the shoulders down.
And Carmella avoids the early pin.
Nah, not yet. Too early. Up and
face first, flapjack.
Thunderous slam. Here it comes.
Talk about dismantling your opponent.
In May of 2017, SmackDown Live saw an incredible women's tag team match when Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch squared off against welcoming committee members Natalya and Carmella. The rivalry between these women got so intense that Naomi was in Flair and Lynch's corner, and Tamina was in Natalya and Carmella's corner.
I think only a group as treacherous as the welcoming committee could bring Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair back together. Natalya's power set the tone for the match and gave her team an advantage. That was until Carmella's overconfidence let the Irish last kick return the tide and get back into the match. And then it was elementary from there for the Irish-born superstar.
Naomi did an excellent job of making sure any quote-unquote committee nonsense cost her girls the match. Once Becky Lynch got Carmella locked in the disarmor, there was nothing for the Staten Island Princess to do but to tap out. And it didn't take long for that to happen.
Oh, right to the back of the neck. Harsh impact. And now it's Bayley on her heels.
Nothing she can't fire back from, though.
I really like the resolve we've seen from her in this tag team match, guys. Though, I wouldn't be against the tag here. You know, just so she can gather herself a bit.
This is where we might just see one of these women pull away from the other for good.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque. That's gonna leave a mark.
Sasha Banks forced into defense mode here.
The boss is in trouble.
Her and her partner making a great tag team. You'll see what the...
Bankrupt.
Oh, it's over.
That is exactly what Sasha Banks needed.
Boom, what impact.
There's the switch. Charlotte is in.
I'm not sure Charlotte should be showing up her competition like this.
When Bayley finally... There it is. She's made the tag.
And her partner is on absolute fire right now.
Ooh, right in the face.
Destroyed.
Now we can see Charlotte. She's hurting a little.
This is not a good sign, but I'd be surprised if she doesn't find a way back and control this thing.
The good news is that if it gets too out of control, she has her partner she can tag in while she catches her breath in the corner.
But don't discount the damage she was able to inflict on her opponent earlier in the match. You can bet that's still very much weighing on her opponent's mind. Rewinding back to Bayley's WrestleMania debut, you can't underscore what winning that match against Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Nia Jax meant to Bayley's confidence. She showed everyone she was worthy of being a champion.
It pains me to admit it, but I will admit, you're right, Byron. Bayley had many doubters, myself included, but she showed up on the grandest stage and deserved to retain her title that night.
During the rivalry between the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus over the Raw Tag Team Championship, the teams became very familiar with one another. In June of 2017, the teams met in a 2 out of 3 falls bout on Monday.
Charlotte tear the features clean off your face. So impressive.
An early pin by Charlotte here.
I like the Queen's thought process.
And there's a kick at it, too.
Too early for that.
The 2 out of 3 falls match that saw the Hardy Boys go at it with Cesaro and Sheamus was a throwback of sorts. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, championship title defenses and grudge matches were often decided in the 2 out of 3 falls format. Cesaro and Sheamus didn't waste any time and scored the decisive first fall after a brogue kick rocked Jeff Hardy.
Cesaro and Sheamus wanted to continue their domination of Team Extreme, but the Hardys had other ideas as Matt tied things up at 1 fall apiece after a twist of fate on the Swiss Cyborg. After a swanton bomb by Jeff Hardy, the match broke down and the 3rd fall was ruled.
Some good technique right there. When a superstar is in a tag team match and has endured heavy amounts of punishment, they must find a way back to their corner to tag their partner. Something that they have to try is doing create separation between them and their opponent. That space gives a superstar the ability to move and catch their breath.
Corey, you touched on this before. Part of a tag team's ability to be successful is their ability to endure punishment and make their way to their partner when they need to tag out. One way to do that is to create that separation you spoke of so they have some space to gather themselves and time to make their way back to the corner.
You're absolutely right, Michael. What's the use of having a tag team partner if you're not able to get to them when you got to tag out of the match? Getting that separation is key in breaking any momentum your opponents could have, maybe the difference between a win and a loss, maybe even more.
Carmella has, ooh, what impact.
Carmella can put her away here.
If you remember, guys, Carmella's introduction to the main roster,
Shoulders onto that.
She's not careful. Things can get out of control in a hurry.
I think they're about to.
Another great tag team match here tonight. I don't think the tag team scene has ever been hotter here in WWE.
Byron noted. The backstabber.
Sasha with a bank statement. The bank statement.
man, she knows how to make a comeback. You gotta believe this one's over. Baymella with a nice reversal.
Boot right in the jaw. Seems like Sasha Banks is losing ground.
Momentum clearly not on her side right now, fellas.
Like Michigan during our last presidential election, this match is too close to call at this point.
Fireman's carry. This doesn't look good, Corey.
Couldn't agree more, Cole. This has got trouble written all over it.
You can see the confidence just beaming from her right now.
Locked in! It's locked in!
What a comeback.
Sasha Banks is in a bad way now.
The boss looks terrible at the moment.
Sasha Banks is in control.
I spoke to Sasha Banks after his bop.
Beautiful technique.
It does not look good for Carmella here.
Now let's just hope Banks has enough stamina to pull through.
Bankrupt. That right there is why they call her the boss.
And Sasha with a backstabber, flipping her over. Here it comes. Sasha with a bank statement. The bank statement.
Game, set, match. This one is over.
They did it. They won the match.
Here are your winners, Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks.
That's it for this tag team match, and what a thrilling match it was.
They make it look so effortless in there. What an amazing duo.
Guys, I have to say, that was an amazing match.